How you doing today? My name's Luke. I'm a trainer with Cypress Truck Lines. Today is not as beautiful a day as it was yesterday, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through each and every one of the new trucks that we got. We got Peterbilts, we got Freightliner Cascadias, and we also have some Kenworths for you. So basically, what you see behind me right now, these are all the trainers' trucks. These all the trainers have already picked out what colors they want. That's something that Cypress has done for us, and we get to have a good training experience for our trainees. As you see right here, this blue Peterbilt 579, basically this is the way it's going to come in to the yard, and this is what it's going to look. But if you look on to my other side, you're going to see that this is what the finished product's going to look like. The trainer picked out an orange, black and white stripes. Hey, it's not a bad looking vehicle. But what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to crawl in each one of these. We're going to crawl through it. It's the first time I've been in it, in all of them. And basically we're going to crawl through it, and we're just going to see what it looks like on the inside. Come on, let's go. So basically, as we're sitting here, right, we're looking at it. Automatically, what is it that you notice that's not inside this truck right now? What's one thing that you notice? There's no standard shifter. There's no 10-speed shifter sitting here. These are all fully automatic. Basically, it's like driving a car, except you're going to be 60 feet long or 63 feet long. So basically, it's the same standard. You got your front axle gauges for your Fahrenheit. Looks like your PSIs. Looks like your manifold temperature or your PSIs. You got your rear axle temperatures. You know, it's just like a standard truck that you're going to drive if it's a 10-speed. Actually, it's pretty nice. Let me put this back a little bit. Seat's pretty comfortable. Nice cushion. Comfortable ride. Looking good going down the road. Pretty much it looks like you have all the standard, you know, for your hands-free mode where you can listen to your music, you can set your cruise control, your blinkers, and then this right here, if everybody's wondering, this right here is your shifter. Drive, neutral, and reverse. And then I'm sure, I haven't even really looked at it that much, but I guess if you pull it down, same thing with the Cascadia that I had, your Jake brake is on the column itself. It's pretty standard. But from the looks of this, it looks like there's plenty of headspace room. It's a lot bigger than my Cascadia is. And that's another thing that we're going to go and show you. We're going to show you a Cascadia, a Freightliner Cascadia. We're going to show you a mid-roof, and you're going to see the difference between the head height and probably even the leg room. Looks like there's a lot more leg room in here. But so on this particular model, the 579, this is considered to be, this is called a condo. It's kind of like your standard, you know, like your condo house. You know how you got that condo, you got the downstairs, and then you got your bedroom upstairs. Kind of the same concept in a sense. You got this headroom up here, right? So that 6'2" and 6'4" guy, he's not all the time bending down and trying to, you know, not hit his head on anything or whatever. It gives that trainee another option to be able to stand up tall. I can't do it with this model right now, but with the Peterbilts, this is the way it is here. This is to be the second bunk. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe these come with an internal ladder. So when you pull this handle here, it pulls down and swings out. So that way, whenever the trainee's getting up on the top bunk, he's not stepping on my rack or the other trainee's rack as he's trying to, like, you know, position himself up there and then like try to get up there. It's more of a safety aspect, I guess, to them making it with these new ladder systems. But I guess this would pop out, the ladder would fold down, and then this would sit down like this, flat, and then the trainee would have ample room to sit up inside. And you're going to see from the Cascadia, there's not a lot of room inside that Cascadia. It's the headroom, you got probably about this much headspace. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So with this, you know, he's going to be able to sit up in his rack. He's going to be able to be comfortable. 7 weeks of training. If you're doing 7 weeks, if you're a new grad and you're coming on with us, 7 weeks is a long time to be in a truck with another guy. If you're a female, same thing. So you want to try to be as I guess, comfortable as possible. The storage spaces, as you can see here, There's storage on this side. Looks like maybe a rack system where you could maybe hang clothes up. If there was a clothes bar there, you'd be able to hang your clothes up in there. Looks like you have like double cubbies up on the top up here on the left and the right side, port and starboard side. Place for your maybe a microwave here. Some more storage space down here, cup holders and everything. So when you're laying in bed, you know, you're trying to, you know, drink some soda or drink some water, hydrate from that long day that you had. Right here, they already come built in with the Peterbilts. So so you can put, you know, store. Looks like it's got a little freezer system here, maybe. Yep, little freezer. It's got just the normal regular refrigerator, so that way you got, you know, you put water in there, you can put food in there, you know, you go out to dinner or something. You know, it helps you save a lot of money when you're out on the road, when you're able to bring food from home or some sort of comfort food, so that way it kind of keeps you close to home while you're out on the road. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually pretty stoked about getting one of these new Peterbilts, because I got one. Mine's North Sea Gray, and I'm tell you what, I'm gonna be the pride of Cypress when I'm out there on the road. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move from the Peterbilt 579, and we're gonna move over to the Freightliner Cascadia, and we're gonna show you what that looks like on the inside. We're gonna be reviewing the Freightliner Cascadia. Now this model here, this is the 2019 Cascadia. My model, I had a 2018, and that's what I've been training in for the last year and a half or so. And you're gonna be able to see what it looks like on the inside. Same thing this goes is standard white. It's got the pinstriping on the side. Mr. Hammond gets the side of it. You'll see you got the teal and blue. That's the color of Cypress. Now this is the 2019, so it's going to be relative about the same as the 2018. There's going to be a few change ups or whatever, but we're going to go inside and we're going to take a look at it. So come on, follow me. All right, so this is a little bit of a different change up. Again, like I said, this is the first time I've been into the 2019. The setup's pretty much about the same. It has the control panel seems to be a little bit different. You got your trans, your axles. Let's see if I can see up here. Yep, same thing. Your regular air indicators, your fuel gauge, your oil gauge, your RPMs, your miles per hour. Looks the same, you know. Now these buttons are not on mine, so I would have to read the owner's manual and find out what they're for. Probably for some sort of the settings inside. Same with this, you know, your calling, you know, for your radio and stuff, so you can be all hands free. Yeah, it's pretty much the same setup. Your parking brakes, your trailer brakes. Seems like there's a little more, and again, like the Peterbilt, there's that one thing that's missing right here in the middle that's gonna, I don't know, either make people happy or make people very upset. It's always a driver's preference, but it looks relatively about the same, except for that up there. There's more storage at the top. Looks like it goes all the way through. You have these little cubbies right here that you're able to, you know, put your maybe your logbook or something in, you know, so just in case your people net goes down. It looks like it's pretty well built in all actuality. But there's one thing that you're going to notice about this truck, and this truck is a mid-roof. This is not a condo, but again, you know, we here at Cypress, we try to give the trainee a very good training experience. We try to, you know, teach them to the best of our ability, so that way, you know, when they get out there on their own and they get their truck, hopefully they're projecting themselves in a good fashion, a good manner, and maybe possibly down the road they'll become a trainer, and then they'll be able to have a brand new Peterbilt or a brand new Kenworth or even a brand new Freightliner Cascadia. But I'm going to show you real quick. Basically, let's see if I can find the lights back here. Should be the same, about the same setup. Maybe the key needs to be on. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the dome lights on. All right, hold on. Oh, that going? One turns on, one turns off. Oh, okay, that's a little different. All right, so basically right here, again, like I said, it's pretty much the same setup, except in mine, there's storage on this side too. And a lot of times, you know, when your trainer tells you, say, hey, look, you know, you don't need to bring a lot of stuff. Normally, like I say, you know, I'm home every weekend, so I usually tell my trainees, pack light, freeze at night. You know, that's something I learned in the military a long time ago. You're not going to freeze though. You know, you want to pack accordingly, but you want to pack as light as possible because, you know, your trainer has his stuff in here because he lives in his truck every week. You're only coming in for about 2 weeks to 7 weeks. Seems like a long time, but really it's not. But like myself, I try to minimize what I have in my truck, so that way I give my trainee a good experience, so he has a place to put his stuff, so he feels more at home, you know. So but the storage area on this side I usually get my trainee, but it looks like there's not much storage space. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if that lifts up or not, but I don't know. But as you can see, there's not too much storage space back here. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, if it'll let me, pulling it down. So this is what we've been training in. This is how we've been training. A lot of the trainers have trucks that are like this. Some might be a little bit different or whatnot. But like I said, you know, here I am touching the top, whereas in the Peterbilt, in the condo, I can't touch the top. There's enough space. Probably has the same thing as mine does, where you can come down here to your bunk and then you can lift this up, and this shows you pretty much it shows you your, I think this is your heater system, and then that's your inverter. That's your inverter, and that's basically what you plug in, right? That's what the APU, from the other video that we had, that's from what the APU runs. It gives you power to your inverter, so you can plug in your electronics, or you can your refrigerator, your TV, your PlayStation, your Xbox, anything electronic. You can run a power strip out, and then basically you can power it up. I think those are about 1200 watts, I believe. So, but it pretty much runs everything that you need to run. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for the Cascadia. All right, so we've already checked out the Freightliner and the Peterbilt. So now we're gonna go over and we're gonna check out the KW. And we're here again today, and we're gonna look at the Kenworth T680. Now, if you see behind me, if you can't see it, then there's something wrong with your eyes, and you need to come check again, because this thing is yellow, yellow, yellow. And as you can see, this is another color that another trainer has decided to purchase, or to ask for. Because you know why? You can see this yellow coming a mile down the road. So that's a good thing for Cypress. So let's go ahead and go inside and check it out. Oh, wow. All right, so looking at this, it's pretty much, looks like it's still pretty much standard to the other vehicles. Everyone's got a different preference. Some likes Peterbilt, some likes Kenworth. But if you look at it, it's pretty much the same thing as the other ones. It's got all your standard functions, or your indicators. It's got your turbo, it's got your rear axle drives, your suspension load, your drive axles, and then so forth and so forth. Looks like it has a looks like it's got some sort of HUD display from like a MiG-35 or something, you know, that the U.S. military's making up here. It's pretty much still standard, same thing. Your cruise control, looks like your music, your volume, you know, so everything's hands-free. That's another thing that I want to touch on. Cypress is very big on being hands-free. They don't want you being on your cell phone. They don't want you pulling that cell phone out. And I know some of you guys have those cell phones that are about the size of our PeopleNet screens. So, safety, safety, safety. They're not really hard on you, but they want you to be safe when you're out there on the road. And a lot of these features, and that's something I didn't touch on with the other vehicles, they come with, I think what it's the, it's like almost like a anti-collision system that's on the front, and I believe they have them on the side too. So if a vehicle's coming on the side of you, it's gonna beep at you. If you get too close, you know, you get closer than that 4 seconds from the vehicle in front of you, it's going to start beeping at you. You know, a lot of drivers are like, oh, I hate that beep and I hate that beep and it sucks, you know. But in the long run, it's protecting you as a driver, and especially if you're a new driver. You know, it's going to it's going to be a warning system for you to either slow down or that there's going to be someone else on the side of you. So it's going to constantly keep scanning your mirrors, looking at your hood mirrors, looking out, you know, making sure you're keeping that nice, safe following distance. Everything here like this, I didn't see these in the Peterbilt where they have the, for your CV hookups. Again, they have like little storage areas, you know, for pens or whatever you need up in here, or cleaning supplies, whatnot. Again, like I said, this is the first time I've ever been inside of a Kenworth, so I didn't know what really to expect. Looks like they give you some sort of like cubby holes, both on both sides. The seats seem pretty comfortable, and they're self-adjusting. So when I sat down in it, as you can see, it's going down right now, but I don't know if Mr. Hammond caught that. But when you get in it, or I'll show you, I get in it, it's going to adjust to my weight. So it's like magic almost, you know. All you guys like to ride on the floor, you know, looking cool and stuff. You know, that's all good and said, you know, but for new drivers, you know, you got to make sure you got your feet, you know, steady on the floor, and that you're looking out while you're making sure you're staying safe at a safe distance from your steering wheel. But that's pretty interesting. I've never had a truck like that. So if you can see back here, it's a double bunk. Again, this is a condo, so this is for a trainer. Again, you know, your basic standard storage areas, you know, for your trainee and your trainer. TVs. This one has something I think the Peterbilt and the Cascadia doesn't have. It's already got a TV mount, so you can put a TV up there. Well, like I say, if you got time to watch TV, you got time to drive. So I'd never have a TV inside my truck. That's just me though. But again, you know, storage area on this side, and then it looks like the mattress for the trainer is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit wider. Now this one, I'm not seeing any type of ladder system like the Peterbilt does, but I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to show you, try to anyway. So I get a little step here. So you can see here from the Cascadia, the Peterbilt and the Kenworth is going to have more headspace clearance. So that way, you know, you got, you know, the driver can sit up, or the trainee can sit up in his rack, or he can hang his feet off, and then oh, it even looks like they have like, it's like a cubby system up here on the top that I wasn't too familiar with. Oh, that's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. And I guess the same process goes, you know, he swings his foot out. I guess that's what this pad's here for. Swings it out, puts his foot down, and then steps down. And then I guess when in transit, when he doesn't have a trainee with him, looks like he can fold the trainee's rack up, and then he's got all this additional space down here, you know, to be able to move, you know, whatever he needs to do laundry, so forth and so forth. Now, one thing that this one is missing, it's missing a refrigerator. So it looks like the Peterbilts are the only ones that get the refrigerator, but they actually have the TV mount in it, so that's pretty cool.
Look, where would you put your refrigerator in here?
If I had a refrigerator, it looks like this would probably be the space I'd put it in. I don't know if there's a connection or something in the back. I can't see back there, but yeah, it's got to be something back there. And a lot of guys probably put like their microwave up here. You know, if they didn't have their TV, they might put a microwave here, or maybe up here, maybe. So that way, turn this light on. It was the same climate control system that we showed with the APU video. So you know, you're not going to be too hot and you're not going to be too cold. So you know, and your trainer is going to be, you know, he's going to try to be conscious of how you are, you know, how your health is. You know, he's going to try to keep track of that. You know, if you needed to stop and do laundry, you know, you guys are going to stop and do laundry, so that way you can put your laundry away, he can put his away. There's a whole different level of aspects, or a whole lot different level of training when it comes to the driver, trainer, and the trainee. So Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Kenworth, the Peterbilt, and the Freightliner Cascadia. I hope this has been a helpful video to you guys. And I'm hoping there's a lot more of these videos to come to show you a lot more of what Cypress has to offer.